Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of My Authentic Self. I appreciate you tuning in to listen. I hope you get something out of this message that I have for you. So, this is going to be episode 8 in the series. I understand that some of the episodes are not on the YouTube page. They will be uploaded as quickly as I can get them uploaded. I'm working on that whole project right now in between all of my other things that I'm doing. So, one of the things that I came out upon when I was doing my meditation was that there are people who I work with and they are trying to achieve something and they just don't seem to be able to achieve it. And they ask me questions like, I don't know why I can't achieve it when this person is able to achieve it. And I don't know what's wrong with me. And I really have to do some soul searching and to order to be able to answer this question. And my answer to this question is, are you worthy? Do you truly believe that you are worthy of achieving what it is that you desire? Is there something within you that is keeping you from believing that you deserve whatever it is you're seeking? And for most people, that answer is yes. There are people who do not believe that they can achieve something that is clearly within their grasp. And I'm not talking about something outlandish like going to the moon. I'm talking about something as simple as achieving a job that fulfills them or having a relationship that is loving or just being happier than they were previously. There are some things within you that causes you to not really believe you deserve whatever it is you're seeking. And I know some of you have said, oh, I believe I deserve it. I know I deserve it. But if you get in your closet, you know what I'm talking about if you've worked with me, and you do your meditation and you listen to the thoughts that come in your head, listen to the thoughts that tell you, "Ah, I'm never going to do this." And ask yourself, where is that coming from? Why is it that you feel your money always has to be funny? Why is it that you feel that you always has to be in the relationship that never works out? Or why do you feel that you can't get that promotion because someone else can get that promotion? Someone else should get that promotion. Someone else deserves the promotion. If you listen to your inner thoughts, you will see that one of the biggest problems is you don't believe you deserve what you're trying to get. You just don't think that it can happen for you. And that, my friend, is a problem. And what I can tell you is that the people I work with, we're not working on something that is grasp. So I know it is something you can reach. But you have to start with the inner work and say, why is it that I feel I can't get this? What is it? And you really, really, really have to spend some time deep, 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 deep within your closet with no TV, no telephone, no radio, no people, no friends. You have to spend that time doing what I call the shadow work. That going within the darkest part of who you are and figuring out what's not exactly right within, that's keeping you from understanding that you can have all the things that you deserve to have, and it's not difficult to achieve them. So let's start with this concept of what do you believe? I know some of you are faith-based, and I know because of some of your faith, some of you believe that God made you this way and they made you to be poor. Is that really true? If you grew up with people who are not poor, who lived in the same house that you lived in, why do you think that there would be an all-powerful supreme being that said, you know what, Tommy, I'm gonna make you? There's also some of you who grew up in a house where you had a family member tell you you ain't never gonna be nothing. And you took that thing that they told you and you said, I ain't never gonna be nothing because my grandmama said it, or my mama said it, or my daddy said it. And this is why I tell you that the power of words is so incredibly important. Words are indeed spells. You can cast a spell over your life with the words that you speak. So you're walking around believing things that other people put within you. And some of you look at society and wherever you are, whatever country you're in, and how it's set up, and you think that because the rules that exist do not exist in your favor, that you can achieve things. Yet, history has shown in many countries that there have been people who have broken through whatever barrier was placed in front of them, to achieve whatever it is they were trying to achieve. Some of you think you're too old, or you're too young, or you don't have enough knowledge because someone told you that you're too old, you're too young, you don't know enough, you don't have enough experience. And there's other people who are doing what you want to do, and you believe that they are the exception to whatever rule exists. Why is it that you are not the exception to the rule? I know I am the exception to all rules. I know that my life has been different than other people's lives because I was told when I was young that I was going to be protected and I was going to be taken care of. And so I believe that, and my life is a reflection of that belief. All the circumstances that I've gone through, I have always believed that at some point and in some kind of way I would come out on the other side victorious, no matter what the circumstance was. Do you believe that for your life? I can tell you when I was young and my sisters and I used to walk down the street, we were four girls, and there were people who would say, they ain't never gonna be nothing. I never believed those people who said I was never gonna be nothing. I just thought they crazy. These people don't know what they're talking about. And then the other thing that comes up is, what is your definition of something versus nothing? Everything starts within the mind. Whatever it is that you believe, you are 100% correct. If you believe that you cannot achieve something, then you absolutely cannot achieve it. But if you believe that you can achieve it. You just have to find the way. You just have to find out how to make your belief into a reality. And if you believe that your latter years will be better than your beginning years, your life should be a reflection of that. So it's raining where I'm at, so I hope you guys can hear the sound of the rain. It is very relaxing. I want to go on to another concept that a lot of people often get a little confused by. And that is, can everyone be rich? Mind you, I have a totally different definition of what rich is. But most people that I work with see rich as having X amount of dollars in the bank, this car, this house, being able to travel, having freedom, not having to worry about how you're going to pay your bills. And so the question is it possible for everyone in this world to be rich? Now, in my definition of rich, it is possible because my definition of rich is not tied to monetary concepts. It's not necessarily about how much money you have in the bank, because I know people who are living in a van and traveling the country and they don't have a lot of bills, but they also don't have a lot of money, but they have freedom of mind, which is a huge amount of richness for me. There are people who they may be living with someone else, but they have phenomenal health, and that is a wealth of richness, because your health is your wealth, right? Because if you got money and you spending it on all these doctors, that's just, what's the point? So in my world, everyone has the ability to attain a level of richness. But for those of you who are tying richness to a monetary amount of something, meaning having $100,000 in the bank, having $1 million in the bank, having $1 billion in the bank, whatever monetary value you put towards it. When the question is asked, can everyone be rich? The answer is no. And the answer is no, because the society in which we live in does not allow that. The society in which we live in allows for most people to remain at a lower status, meaning not a millionaire, right? Not a billion, right? They keep that for a certain group of people. That doesn't mean it's not possible to achieve a level of financial stability outside of being a billionaire. You can have that. You can also be a millionaire who spends too much and is still poor. Which is why I say tying richness to the amount of money in your bank is a flawed premise. So let's just get the concept of money and that being available for every last person on the planet not being a reality. Now, can you get to a level of financial stability? Yes, you can. Can you get to a level where you are not worried of how your bills are going to get paid? Yes, you can. Can you get to a level where you have more than enough to take care of yourself each and every day for the rest of your life? Yes, you can. That is possible for you if you do the work, if you put in whatever it takes to get to that level. And if your goal is reaching a certain level or a numerical value, you can work on that. I'm going to tell you a little story. When I was a kid, I used to think, man, if I grow up and I make $50,000 a year, that'd be really good. I could pay all my bills with $50,000. I'd be rich. And I thought that because somewhere in my mind, I thought my dad made $50,000 a year. And he had a house, and I never saw him struggling. Versus where I was living with different people. We never had a house as a kid when I lived with my mom. And we had times when our utilities weren't on and we had to live with other people. Don't ask me where I came up with this 50,000. Nobody ever told me my dad was making so much money or whatever kind of money. But that was a number that was in my head. Fast forward to me getting older, finishing college and learning that $50,000 a year means that you make pretty much $25 an hour. And $50,000 a year wasn't nearly as much money as I thought it was. Because when I made $50,000 a year, I still was struggling. Now, I was struggling for different reasons, which I'll get to that in a later podcast. But I was struggling until I learned that money is energy, money is a currency, money is an exchange, and how I treat that money dictates whether or not I struggle. So if you change your mindset, you can achieve a level of richness that will fulfill your life. And that is my prayer for you. Okay, so I touched on this last concept earlier. And this is the concept of, am I cursed? And for those of you who know me, you understand that I believe that curses are real, hexes are real, spells are real, demons are real, angels are real. I know this, right? So that's where I'm coming from. So the answer to this question is, you could be. You could have a curse placed on your life. You could have a generational curse on your life. And that's something I've talked about in other forums. So you can have a generational curse where all of the women in your family end up being single mothers. All of the men in your family don't graduate high school. All of this person in your family, they're poor. Those are generational curses. You can also have a situation where you connected with a person and this person cursed your life with their presence. And they suck things out of you. They suck the energy out of you. They suck the willpower out of you. They suck money out of you. They suck love out of you to where you are a shell of yourself. And therefore, you are in essence cursed. And you're not able to see your way beyond not able to see how to achieve the things. And you no longer think of yourself in the same light. I had someone say to me, I used to be happy before this situation occurred. And that situation was a person entering their life. I had another person say to me, well, I'm good until he comes home. What is that? Do you realize that stress, in my opinion, is the number one cause of what I term a slow suicide in this country? And a slow suicide for me is when you die from heart attacks and things like that that are preventable, but you have habits that you're falling into because you're stressed. And I'm not talking about people who have genetic dispositions of certain things. That's not what I'm talking about. When I was young, there was a gentleman who passed away after a woman decided she no longer wanted to be with him. And everyone said he died of a broken heart because there was no evidence of him being sick, no reason for him to no longer be here. But when she decided she was no longer with him, he passed away. So, are you cursed? You could be. Do you know who cursed you? Did you curse yourself? This goes back to what I said about spells, putting a spell on your life. Oh, this is all I can achieve. This is as far as I can go. Woe is me. I'm going to lose this house. I'm going to lose this car. I'm going to lose this job. I'm going to lose this person. They're never going to love me as much as I love them. Those are curses that you are placing on yourself. And as I've said before, whatever you believe, you are absolutely correct. So those curses become reality. I'm never going to lose this weight. I'm never going to finish this degree. So, yes, you could be cursed. Doesn't mean that you have to stay cursed. But what it does mean is you have to find out why you are cursed. Now, to answer the flip side of that, because if we go back to those of you who are following the Bible, right? And you see in the Bible where a curse was placed on someone and you think God placed a curse on you. Who are you that God decided you needed to have a curse on you? Do you really think that is a true thought? That out of all the billions of people that a God decided that you, one little human, should be cursed to be poor for the rest of your days? And what did you do to deserve? Obviously, you haven't done anything to deserve that type of curse. So that's not true. That's not real. That's not reality. Any curse that you have on your life is a curse that is self-imposed. And it is self-imposed because one, yes, generational curses may be in place and you may not have done the work to figure out how to break them. Two, you may have connected yourself to someone who pretty much sucks the life out of you and you have not found a way to escape. Or three, you have just taken upon yourself to say all of these negative things about yourself and they have to come to pass. And so they are coming to pass, which reinforces your negative beliefs. Now, I'm not cursed. I'm blessed and highly favored. Some of you say you are blessed and highly favored and you turn right around and curse yourself when you say, oh, but I can't get this. That's ludicrous. You're blessed and highly favored or you're not. Either you can do all things through Christ, Yahweh, Jehovah, or whatever you say that strengthens you, or you can't. And for those of you who believe in the concept of the universe or spirit, or the universe is working for you or it isn't. So you have to come to terms with what the reality is in your life. Now, those of you know I can work with you, help you to overcome some of this negative stuff, but I think you need to first and foremost recognize that it exists in your life before you can do the work. This is called shadow work. This is called going within and uncovering all those nasty, nasty things within you, those bad thoughts that you do not want to get to the root of. so that you can be a better version of yourself. All right, my friends, I hope that this was of some use to you, that the information that I gave you in some way helped you. And if you like the content that I'm putting out, hit the subscribe button so you will be notified of when my next video comes out. If you like this, hit like. If you feel so inclined, leave me a comment. When you do all of those things, it allows my video to show up on the feed of other people and they can find the information that you have found. If there's a question that you have, leave it in the comment. I may do a podcast on that. I may talk about that topic. Until next time, be well, take care of yourself, speak life into your situation, believe in yourself, know that you are worthy, you deserve everything that is good. You can change your mindset, you can live a better life. It is never too late and it is never too early. Be well.